When you live a busy life, it's essential that you keep organized. Very few people have the capacity to keep track of all the things like having a career, having a family, and even a social life. For that, you need a planner. So first, here are the 6 reasons why you need a planner. Number 1, to maintain an effective schedule. Effective scheduling is a crucial part of time management. You receive the most benefits by being able to prioritize those tasks. Using a daily planner to schedule things like office tasks, personal errands, appointments, and so forth. Ensure that you prepare well for these events. Number 2 is that it's going to enhance your productivity. Your level of productivity has a direct effect on your professional and your personal life. Being highly productive lets you complete your tasks and your projects on time. Number 3 is that it can manage your stress levels. We feel the pressure of stress from time to time. One of the most common causes of stress is having a hectic schedule, and that can drain you physically and emotionally. Your daily planner helps you to plan out those important tasks so that you don't have to deal with that stress, anxiety, and fear of failing. Number 4 is that there are so many health benefits. You can use your daily planner to track your plan, your diet, your exercise, fitness, and your sleep. Number 5 is that you can exercise your creativity. Setting a firm schedule for all of your activities at home and at work helps you to find time for creativity. Things such as learning a new skill and engaging in a hobby. And the daily planner itself can serve as a canvas. So you can express your creativity by adding decorative stickers, pictures, or any other artwork. Number 6, you can maintain reliable records, and that is so important. Many productive people use their planner as a way to record notes, appointments, and tasks. If you can't remember when you last reviewed one of your goals, you can check your daily planner. You can also keep track of how long it's been since you spent time with family or a close friend. So you can enjoy many productive and health benefits by starting to use your daily planner today. Believe it or not, you guys, I used to really suck at using a planner. And that's just before I started to do a little bit of research. But before that, y'all, basically I bought a planner, I didn't know how to use it, it sat on the shelf, the end. Obviously not a prime example of how to use a planner effectively. And y'all, in my mind, planners are made for making lists, special events, and appointments. I didn't realize this whole community and world existed outside of my little bubble that could really help to teach me how to effectively use a planner. And so again, once I started doing a little bit of research, I headed over to YouTube and I went down a rabbit hole. And that is how I learned a lot of the tips and tricks that I'm going to share with you today. So how do you start to use a planner? First of all, I don't use a digital planner because it's just not my thing. I prefer the paper planner, and that is just a matter of personal preference. And if you decide to pick up a paper planner, just start with a little cheapy one that you can pick up from your local craft store or from Walmart until you really get the swing of it. Because you really want to see what works for you and what doesn't. So you don't want to spend a whole ton of money during the beginning stages of your journey. Or you can create your own planner, and that's super simple to do. I prefer the disc-bound system because there's so much functionality and flexibility in that. All you'll need is some discs, a cover, and your favorite planner inserts. If you want to go with a coil-bound system, that's typically already coiled and ready for you to go. You don't have to add or remove anything. And then there is also what's called a ring-bound system, and that's very similar to disc-bound, and that it's fully customizable. So you'll just grab your favorite leather bound cover and then add the inserts of your choosing. If you want to take it really simple, and you guys, this is what I did starting out as well, and this is probably going to be your most cost-effective option, is that you can set up a 3-ring binder planner system. So again, when I first started out, that's what I did. I had a 3-ring binder that I created all on my own, and I stuffed it with printables that I found online. So simply head on over to Amazon and grab a few things, all of which will be linked below for easy reference. I would grab a 1 to 2 inch binder, some divider tabs, a pencil, because you're gonna start out with that, okay? And then you're gonna graduate to pens, so grab your favorite pen as well. because in the beginning, you're gonna do a lot of crossing out. So that's why I would definitely recommend with starting with a pencil initially, and then you can start using a pen later. Unless you feel comfortable starting out with a pen, it's completely up to you. It's just a recommendation because again, you're going to be doing a lot of trial and error stuff. Remember that a super messy planner means that you're using it and it's working. So you choose messy mom or mom who forgets an appointment. And you're gonna definitely wanna use those divider tabs to be able to make those different sections in your planner for the different parts of your life you need to plan for. And you could also use sticky notes and put them right on the end of that page and then use a Sharpie or a pen to write in exactly what that section is. Because remember, the idea here when starting out is to keep it simple. So you don't have to go out and buy all the things. That's why I just mentioned a short list of things that you could purchase to start out, but you could totally find different things around the house. I'm sure you've got a 3-ring binder laying around, especially if you're like me, you have school-age kids. They always need those 3-ring binders. So you may be able to just find what you have around the house. So now we're going to talk about how to organize your planner calendar. So you have your physical binder or planner, and now it's time to talk about how to fill it in. And that sometimes could be a little bit tricky, especially if you feel like you really don't have that many plans. So you're gonna start with the dates you know. So start with the yearly recurring events like anniversaries, any parties you know that are coming up. You're gonna fill in that calendar with all of those dates and also any annual events that you know are happening. Next, you're gonna consolidate all those calendars. So you're gonna grab all of your random notes that you have sitting around, any lists you have, any random calendars you have in different places, gather all of that up. Now you're going to carefully transfer each date onto your calendar. Include any recurring appointments, any meeting dates, any doctor's appointments, anything that won't probably change for that year. And then after you've exhausted that paper pile, go back and examine all of the dates that you've added. And think about if you need to schedule anything that's contingent upon those dates. So here's an example of that. Sierra and Tony have an upcoming anniversary on May 7th. Do you need to send them a card? Put down that specific date or write it in an inbox. Then all you have to do is add that onto your grocery list for the week. Instead of doing that last minute stuff, you feel more organized and you have exactly what you need going into that event. You'll also want to schedule next year's planner date. So when you're done, put in one more date. And I do this on a yearly basis. Maybe sometime in November or December, write in that you're going to schedule a date to do your next yearly planning session. And that's pretty much it for setup. So you've written in all of your recurring appointments, you've written in any events that are coming up, all of the stuff that you know based on gathering all of your random notes and lists. You've written all that in on the calendar for the month. You're looking real good. Just get in as much information as you possibly can. Now, all you have to do is maintain it. Sounds easy, right? So let's talk through that process. A planner, even if it's filled in with all the stickers, dates, and lists, is completely worthless if you don't maintain it. If it doesn't have all the scheduled dates in it, you can't trust it. If you don't know where it is, it's useless when you're on the phone trying to schedule that physical. Make it a habit to update your planner at least once a week and set an alarm if you have to. So now we're going to talk about how to update your planner calendar regularly. So on my planner update day, I do the following. I check my email and I check my phone calendar for any updates, and I add in those dates on my planner. You can also track any renewals or any subscription services. You'll want to make sure to add that in on your monthly calendar unless you have a separate budget planner. We're not going to go too deep into that because that is a little bit more intermediate. This is a beginner video. Also, write in any other important information like bill payments and your meal plan. And y'all, you'll definitely want to keep your planner at home even when you're not at home. I don't really take my planner or calendar out the house. I do have a little notebook that I keep in my purse that helps me to be able to write notes on the go, but I don't take my big old bulky planner anywhere with me because my life is in that thing, y'all, and I don't trust myself not to lose it. Plus, it's so big and bulky in my planner cover that it's probably not going to fit in my purse. But what if you can't postpone a calendar update until your next weekly planning session? These situations still don't require me to remove my planner from the house. If you're out and about and you need to schedule an appointment, you can always say something like, I'll check my calendar when I get home and I will confirm with you at that time. And then you can do two things. You can either send yourself an email so that you don't forget, or you could immediately put it in your phone calendar to remind yourself to confirm that appointment if you just need to get home and check your calendar first, or you can go ahead and schedule that appointment on your phone if that works for you. And then you can set an alarm so that you don't forget to check your planner when you get home so that you can confirm that appointment. And this also gives you time to ensure that you want to make a commitment to that appointment before making a promise to attend. So now let's talk about how you can consistently use your planner to stay organized. Now, for the most part, if you don't consistently use your planner, then the whole thing that I just talked about falls apart. You have to check it. Check it every morning when you wake up and check it in the evening before bed. Every night, look at the next several days to see what you have going on. In the morning, take a quick look at today to see what you have upcoming for that day and to remind yourself of anything important. I know it sounds like a lot, but you'll get it. And remember, starting a new habit like this, which can sound easy to some, may be a monumental task. I get that. I was once where you are. So the key is to start simple. So here are a few other tips for beginners that'll help you master this planning thing. Circle or highlight any appointments that are super important. And this is going to make them stand out on your calendar. Add addresses, add phone numbers, add directions whenever that's appropriate. And that's going to be easier than trying to look it up 5 months from now on your way out the door. And as you schedule new tasks on your calendar, think about those supporting tasks. Here's an example. You get invited to a party on July 22nd with an RSVP date of July 15th. Mark both dates on your calendar. Also, make notes in the prior week, like purchase your outfit, purchase cards and gifts, schedule your nail appointment, your hair appointment, etc. And that's really going to help you to make sure you get all of the tasks that are associated with that event done. And here are a few other random planner tips for things that you should not put in your planner. There's a fine line between non-date specific items and overly ambitious to-do lists. Consider each non-date specific action item before you write it in. Here's an example. Make a separate list of projects with a note in your planner to check the list. Don't write all of those to-do list items on your calendar itself. Keep the planner updating process simple, and that's going to help to prevent procrastination. And I suggest not to really worry about how it looks at first either. Once you're a planner pro instead of a planner beginner, you can branch out into all of the planner stickers and all of those pretty pages. So here is a quick recap of everything that we've discussed in this video to help you get started on using your planner effectively as a beginner. Whether you prefer a paper or digital planner, just get started. If you're at the Planner 101 level, don't worry about things like artwork, stickers, or pretty pages. Messy is good. Use a pencil starting out, but don't hesitate to use something else if you're in a pinch. Start by entering your recurring yearly dates and dates from other calendars and lists and notes that you've compiled. Keep it up to date at least once a week. Out-of-date planners are worthless. And start fresh every year. Make it a habit to check it at least once a day, but preferably twice a day. Don't waste precious memory space in your brain when you can simply write all these things down in your planner and just forget about it until you check in with your planner. Add pertinent information when you schedule each date. Write in all of those supporting tasks associated with that activity. And remember, your planner is a reality planner, not a fantasy planner. Learning to use your planner effectively is probably the #1 most important way to move from a life of apologies into a life where you can add in all the extra things you've always wanted to do. Not only can you add them in, the inner calm from knowing you're on track will actually let you enjoy them. So that is it for this video on how to eliminate that planner failure that you may feel like you've been experiencing lately. So hopefully all of these tips helped you in some way and they've inspired you to keep going on that planner journey. Don't give up. Just try and implement a few of the tips mentioned in this video. So thank you guys so much for stopping by today. I hope that you did enjoy this video so much so that you'll give me a thumbs up. And of course, I want you to subscribe to my channel if you're new here. And as always, I do hope that you'll come back and join me for another video, in which case I'll see you then.